able to maneuver around the Joy to get to places faster and to utilize your mobility. So maybe that's the reason they went for Cho. They want to try to punish that sprint Irithel.
With a Cho, huh? The issue right now for Bigatron is they don't really have a strong front line. And speaking of front line, good crowd control from the Ruby, solid sustain from the Fredrin and the Uranus. This is a solid front to back with a very short range gold laner though. We'll see if Bigatron can punish this Irithel for trying to participate in the fights. With the final pick for them being the Khalid. It's an all-in aggressive composition that can just dive in together.
You know what? This might be a hot take. I like Dewa United's composition better than Bigatron Alpha. First of all, I'm sorry, Vin, but we have seen your Chow. I don't know if you can replicate, like, the old times, the RRQ Vin, the Prime Vin Chow that we used to see. We're gonna see here in game number 3 of Bigatron Alpha versus Dewa United. But other than that, this is a very interesting composition from the Dewa United, especially that Ruby. It gives off some peel, some CC in the front line too, some tankiness as well, and it's also a bad matchup against the Khalid. The healing will be cancelled quite easily, but Sarito, there's going to be a lot of burden on his shoulders.
I feel like in a way, Bigatron isn't in as much trouble as you would think because there's a lot of sustain, a lot of frontliners from the side of Dewa. But keep in mind, Bigatron, they have the Joy, they have the Beatrix. These are all great solid sources of late game AoE damage. So if Dewa United crowd together, they could lose the Irithel and the frontline at the same time.
Okay, here it is. The Apostles of God versus the man-made progress. Bigatron Alpha versus Dewa United Esports.
We're going to start early on. Khalid in the mid lane, taking Shaco to half HP with that lethal ignition. Very interesting start to the game.
Surely a bit of a variety right here, but the jungle clear. I think this is the highlighted situation right there. Vilnaya no longer on an assassin, on that Fredrin. Super Ken on an assassin that can still hardcore carry in the late game. Super Vin though, making aggressive aggressive moves right here. Whoa.
That's a flicker to that side. They know he doesn't have a flicker now, and it's gonna be first blood for sure. Lanaya picks it up. First blood for Dewa. Me too. Whatever you're gonna say, me too, yes.
Now I'm kind of suspecting that this is intentional from Super Vin. We've seen this over and over again, right? Angela, any hears that Super Vin plays, he's always super aggressive to the point where he gets taken down quite easily.
Wait, it looks really good right now for, look at that, a flicker burnt out and Super Ken. Well, he already used his retry, so I think the idea was
intentional.
It might be, look at this. Super Vin jumps in, Ken rotating as well. Anaya's getting chunked quite low, but no, they disengage, so ultimately, yes, they delay the purple buff take for a bit against the Fredrin. But for a kill, was it worth it?
First blood as well gives you a bit more gold than usual. Overall though, it seems like Bigatron aren't really left behind. And now they're making the aggressive play. Lanaya.
This is it, right? It has to pay off in some way, but so far they have a lead for Super Ken. One level lead. Is it worth it, Arashi, for that play by Vin early on?
I feel like giving away the flicker, right, to try and I don't know, delay, right? Instead of actually using it for a level 4 huge engage. I just don't really see the value, personally. But again, maybe Bigatron Alpha are up to something that we just have no idea about. They are full of AI after all, but look at that. Superman already making the plays happen.
Jumps again, Raging Sandstorm coming down. Lanaya gonna be locked out. Real world manipulation. The angle, a bit off, but Lanaya will be zoned away, and Supercan now will try his best to get this turtle for free. Vin rotating in front again, getting some pressure down, gets the G Kundo and a Shunpu out. BTR still holding on to this turtle. Meanwhile, Lanaya 1v1 in the 50-50 battle. Shaco gets it! Vin caught in the midst of this team fight, and now we have an answer. That flicker play early on did nothing for BTR.
I was going to say that Dewa United has to back off from the total objective take because Dixon just doesn't do anything in that team fight. He's a Uranus. There's not much you can do when you are just a pure tank. But I don't know. Shaco, really good play. Somehow, someway gets the turtle over to junglers.
2 red trees, Shaco wins it.
It is what it is, man. Dewa just has that crazy effect. On the challenge prediction, a bit of a pattern right here, but Super Ken is trying to be proactive.
Oh, wow.
This is not looking good at all, man. You have to wonder if this is going to be a repeating issue. in game number 3. On the Joy, you need to be on point on the situations, and with the tankiness coming in from Dewa United, Super Ken, he is just pressured again and again to retreat so much more earlier than he would like to actually get a secure retribution.
Gotta say, man, I think the bigger issue right now is Vin. It's not about his micro skills whatsoever. It's just the target is just not, you know, not preferable. You have Watt with Purify. You also have Dixon with Purify, but Vin, there's a lot of cancels. There's Redrin, there's Ruby, but speaking of... Oh, Chorizo!
Lanaya stole that away. Rage's Astro coming down, and I'm offended. Brings Super Ken all the way back for Watt to get a few basic attacks to take him out. Meanwhile, Shive up top getting free hits on the turret gold. But it's a 1-for-0 for Dewa.
Dewa just has full control right now. Now Superbin goes for a play solo.
That was away the Dragon Flicker as well. That's a kill over. Dixon now caught on the Menace Rage and the Hero's Passion. Clearing out the waves right now for BTR. They're looking to play with Shive now.
Okay, so interesting approach here coming in from Dewa United. They actually switched the lane between Watt and Dixon. I don't know what's the, what's the goal here, because I feel like in terms of 1v1 potential, Watt is just fine against a Petrix.
I think they just want the Uranus available for a turtle fight to be able to just push away the members of Bigatron Alpha. Seems like it's working, but Super Ken
jumping in, Retry battle.
How?
Shaco again! What? How does he do it twice? 2 Retrys, but Shaco gets it, and it's the same exact thing that happens. Shaco picks up the turtle somehow, and Vin gets punished. Now Shive, this is that's a dive, and Shive won't be able to survive this one, even with a flicker. There's nowhere to flicker to. Dewa are winning on all fronts.
Shaka mode, going Sika mode in this game, man. Like how? 2 junglers?
Wow.
You're a Ruby, you have no right in the world to take that.
It's crazy, but fortunately for Bigatron, Turret stands for now. It's going to be traded out, and in fact, Super Ken will be able to get the orange buff as well. So the trades that Bigatron Alpha are doing right here is what is keeping them somewhat in the game, but Super Ken will be able to land that one, but at what cost?
Electrifying Beats gets him out, gets that movement speed. But BTR are 1,000 gold behind, and honestly, a lot of the plays that has been happening have been quite tilting for BTR. That's a way the Dragon into a Purify, used up by Dixon. Purify for kick. Lanaya, oh man, another good steal by the rookie.
Man, Super Ken is not having a good time at all. He's the one that has to like hold on and try and get to that late game. But look at this trade though. Considering the amount of fighters, the amount of front lines that Dewa United can use to bully Bigatron Alpha, the fact that they are trading somewhat okay actually is quite surprising.
It's interesting. I think the game plan is just make Dixon somehow be the sole defender of... Oh, man.
What? The Dragon onto the Uranus. Dixon eats up. It's Rage now. Rage Sandstorm only to 1 member. As Uranus taken out, Lanaya getting a good barrel. Offended from Shaco. 2 turtles, and now I'm offended to Shive. Brilliant maneuvers by Shaco.
Get over here, says Shaco. But the range, man, like over the wall, 2 into the real manipulation and the turret aggro, that is like the perfect play, especially Zive. Right now, 0-2-1 as a gold laner is definitely not the right or like a good carry to have if you're
Shaco, please get it again.
Nah. No way, okay.
No 3 turtles for the roamer, but that would have been a stat. That would have been a very fun stat to have in MPLID.
On the other hand, highway robbery by Super Ken. I believe he stole the purple buff away from Dewa United, and look at that.
They're also stealing Sorizo's life away. Dewa are stealing, well, they're stealing because Bigatron started the steal first, right?
And this is why Ruby is such a good pick against a Khalid. It doesn't really matter if you're not like the EXP matchup right away. You can punish Khalid quite well because Khalid on its own without the second skill is quite vulnerable to burst damages. And if you can cancel the heals, it's going to be easier for you to take down anyone. As Lanaya, highway robbery once again, Super Ken!
Can't do anything, gets gunned down by Watt, taken out with a heavy crossbow. So easily now Vin is looking for a play, jumps in with a Dragon, bringing K's back, but he's able to escape with the Purify. No, he just flickers out. Wait, did he pop the RWM preemptively? What just happened earlier? How did K's get out like that?
I don't know, maybe
I think Shaco canceled the
boots?
There was something that happened, an interaction. That was beautifully done by Dewa.
Man, Bigatron, they're just not winning it. It all became a Super Ken trying to contest with that purple, but without any backup. They're just not working together as a unit. Now Supervin once again looks for an opportunity, going for Dixon, but at what? For what? There's nothing really on the board right here. Bigatron, they gotta plan out more, like they did in like they did in the previous games, which allows them to actually, have a solid plan all the way towards the late game. It seems very winging.
Oh no! It's a sandwich.
A full collapse. Shive and Superken going to be slowed down, and Shive is taken out just like that. Lanaya picks up the kill. Supervin runs away. Ken is running to the wrong side of the map, and Dewa will try to chase him down. The great escape for Super Ken. Does he go for something here? No, he just runs away.
Whew. Intense stuff here from Super Ken. Always in the back line, which is good, but without the front lines doing okay as well, it's going to be very difficult for him to find any opportunities as the Lord is available. Dewa goes for it, once again sending that very pesky Uranus to just stand in the front, absorb damage, and gain intelligence for them to try and get a counter-engage actually.
Malefic Roar has been secured for a while. It's going to do a lot of damage towards the front liner of Pikachu Alpha, especially Avin and Chorizo, who's trying to make something happen as Super Ken still waiting on the bottom lane, trying to, kind of do a drive-by still, just as earlier, but this is going to be harder because right now 4K gold lead for Dewa United Esports.
Vin just walks up without a care in the world and gets chunked for it. Punish. Shive. 10th minute. Malefic Roar. Chorizo
The reset?
uses the DRS, the defensive Raging Storm. Supercan tries to go for the purple buff here, but if he uses the Retry.
So they knew what they're doing. Like, they're planning to let go of this Lord right away because Supercan knows, like, it's going to be hard for you to contest this. As Dewa United Esports has the first Lord of the game.
Gonna get a turret in the bottom side as well. I mean, in a way, it's great for Pikachu Alpha to cut their losses. The wave was pushing in the top side, so they're the ones that were pushed by the clock to try and make something happen. Looking at the items, man, only Holy Crystal and Genius Wand for Super Ken. Not nearly as dangerous as the Lanaya was in the previous game. And if you look at the items for Watt, already with the Berserker's Fury, he is in a pretty comfortable spot. No one is actually going to be that big of a threat to actually like one-shot him unless it's a multiple-man effort from the side of Pikachu Alpha.
Yeah, because he has that Purify to bail him out of a trouble. And it's actually going for that Wind of Nature, looks like, for Watt. So a lot of respects towards Save Damage, even though he hasn't had the greatest game in the world, the greatest debut in the world. 0-3-1 for this Beatrix.
Well, Pikachu Alpha clearing the wave right here, but this is where it gets a bit dangerous. Shaco waiting for an opportunity, and with the Yeeve in play, it's kind of dangerous.
Jumps in with a few good dashes there. Shaco's looking for an advantage. Moreno front of the fan, but the base turret will fall up top. Mid lane base turret getting target right now. Lord taken down with Dewa. Now caught in the real world manipulation, but he's practically just got tickled by it. He can just regen all the way back up, and that is a massive resource. They're going to be able to go and threaten another base turret take. Supercan dashing forward again, gets stunned up by the Dora Wolf. I don't think he brings it back, but it's Rage, the Raging Sandstorm to the back, but Shaco's the only one that eats it up. They can outplay the situation. Chorizo gets taken out. Watt picks up a double. 2 for 1. Lanaya for Ken and Chorizo.
There's still pressure, there's still a chance to end the game here, but do they want to force it? Dixon,
Runner's apathy doesn't connect. They're trying to clear out the wave in the mid lane. Bottom lane coming down as well. Top lane, 2 waves. RWM now. Super Moreno forced to back away. Finn using the Ikundo and the Shunpu, trying to zone them away, but gets just melted down. 1 minion there. It's a cannon minion. And Shive is able to clear it out. Another wave comes down into the mid lane. But this time Dewa say, we've had enough. We'll play the disciplined game and we'll wait for neutral objectives.
What a painful set of events for Pikachu Alpha, man. Just outrange, force to get shredded down slowly but surely. Super Ken, though, able to get that purple buff. A bit of a silver lining in such a bleak moment for Pikachu Alpha. But now it's back to the macro game with 3 base turrets taken out and the mid turret still standing. The first one for Dewa United. Bigatron are going to have to play reactively, and against this composition, it's going to be a bit too difficult. There's just so much catch, man. There's a slow coming in from Keys. There's going to be Shaco making plays, and there is Lanaya. So Pikachu Alpha, what are they going to do? Will they try and gamble for it, go for a big play, or will they try and defend against a Lord, which seems even more hopeless?
Way the Dragon used up earlier, but there's a
Green light.
Purify. Another Purify. I mean, we've seen this multiple times already from the Uranus. Cerezo, at this point, he's fallen off completely. Has no pressure, and now Raging Sandstorm defensively, it's all to get pulled back in by the I'm Offended, knocked up by Lanaya and slain. Cage the flicker forward, that's a defensive and desperate real world manipulation, no longer defensive from Moreno. He loses his life, and just like that, the hopes and dreams for Bigatron Alpha to reboot might just be taken out here.
The wave clear is gone. Everything is gone for Bigatron Alpha as Supervin make a desperation play.
Desperate plays coming down. Winner truncheon by Kaze. Not even then. Shibe gets a kill, but it's a kill for nothing. In vain. Dewa have wiped out the Indonesian IESF representatives. Another reverse sweep from the Apostles of God.
What a crazy day, man. 2 matches with supposedly predetermined results. But no, MPL ID Season 12 says, not today.